So we're going to set the slate clean and relax, release with our favorite executive leadership coach, co-founder and CEO of the Good Life brand, LLC, Ilesha Graham is back with a few more bite-sized mindset shifts and tools that will help us think better, lead better, and live better. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Well, listen, this is a very important topic that we're discussing because especially if you've been in a career for a long time, you sort of lose your identity. So we're talking about the identity trap.
Yes, yes, and you are right. When we have been in a career for a long time and we have focused so much on building that resume, climbing the corporate ladder, getting the promotion, eventually the role stops being what we do and it becomes who we are, and our title becomes our identity, which feels good, right? We get a lot of accolades and things for it, but what happens when that shifts, when the role shifts, when there's a reorg, maybe we're released, maybe we are forced into retirement, and everything we have built our identity on begins to crumble, like that foundation cracks. And then we are left with, oh my gosh, who am I? Yeah.
So how do we avoid that? How do we avoid separating what we love and have a passion for with who we actually are?
Yeah, I think it's so important, like you said, to just be anchored in the things that you value, that you derive joy from, that you love doing, that has nothing to do with what you produce. What are the things that maybe other people really value? And I don't mean like external things, but maybe you are a person that just has a lot of joy. Maybe you have a calming presence. Maybe you are an encourager. Maybe it is something that I also think about things that you enjoy doing. I have developed a love for running. So I say, I'm a runner now. And it has nothing to do with what I'm producing, but it's still things that bring value and joy to my life.
Because nobody really teaches you how to stay grounded. So we talk about how we fall into that trap.
Yes, we are, because think about it, when we go somewhere new, the first thing people ask, what do you do?
Exactly.
Where do you work? What's your title? And so we began to think about our identity connected to that. The thing that is really detrimental is when that identity and that role shifts, we begin to think of those shifts as an attack on our self-worth and our value, because our identity is connected to that. We have traded our work and our worth. They have become interchanged, and so our nervous system is always out of sync, and we're always anxious because we're really needing people to validate that title.
And that's what we were talking about during the break, about validation, because sometimes that validation will never come, and you have to be anchored in yourself.
You have to be anchored in yourself. You have to know that you are inherently worthy, you have gifts, and you have talents that have nothing to do with your work and what you produce.
So, what is the first sign that somebody is getting trapped, is falling into this?
So I think about if you receive constructive criticism at work, if you take that very deeply, if it's very hard for you to receive feedback, if you are someone who has to constantly be chasing the next thing, then you know that you're deriving a lot of your value and your self-worth from the work, but also your identity has become intertwined with that title.
So the mindset shift is what we want to focus on.
Yeah, we want to start thinking about, like I said, how do we detach? And I think, start with journaling. Who am I? What do I love? What are the things that are valuable about me that have nothing to do with work, that have nothing to do with what I'm producing, that's just inherently part of me, regardless of where I show up, it comes with me, no matter the title or any of those work-related attributes.
Ilesha Graham, thank you so much for joining us today and just giving us this confidence that we need to continue on.
Thank you so much for having me once again.
We appreciate you. I know it sounds dramatic, but it's so true. You can find more information and see this interview again anytime by visiting our website, wsav.com/communitycorner.